a missing person, and a manhunt.
I had a feeling in my heart that something was wrong.
She was either kidnapped, murdered, something bad had happened to her.
She was last seen in this house. She cannot just vanish.
Investigators are stumped by the trace evidence.
The trace evidence will catch up with the criminal and will solve the crime.
Can Dr. Henry Lee complete the mysterious puzzle? Young mother Carla Almeida had been missing for 5 days. The massage therapist's last appointment was in the Trumbull, Connecticut home of client Tevik Sivri. Sivri's family refused to let police search the house until Sivri's car was found with a bullet hole in the trunk and a search warrant was issued. Dr. Henry Lee was called to the scene by the detectives of the Major Crime Squad.
This blood stain looks like somehow diluted. It's not the whole blood. So very difficult to see. If you look at it, here have a group of spatter, that area have a spatter, that area have spatter. High velocity generally produced by gunshot. Now,
It's too big.
too big an area to cover. Also, besides the size, we'll have to look at is the density. After the carpet was cut, we peeled back
Oh my God.
a large pool of blood. So we have to do some control experiment. Take a large volume of blood and place on a similar carpet to see how much blood can absorb and went through the back of the carpet. We found out you need hundreds cc of blood before the blood will soak through. We estimate what we found under the carpet, at least 1,000 cc.
The test suggested that Carla had lost too much blood to survive, but they would still need to demonstrate that it was her blood, and unfortunately, cleaning the carpet had contaminated all the samples. If the police couldn't prove the blood in the carpet came from Carla, they had no case. Stymied for the moment, Dr. Lee turned his attention to Sivri's car. Trace amounts of undiluted blood were also found in the trunk. To prove it was Carla Almeida's blood, Dr. Lee turned to a revolutionary new forensic tool.
We see molecular markers, we see control, her mother, her father, and the sample, question sample, we collected from the car. It shows one allele came from the father, the other from the mother, so the person have this DNA, it's offspring of this set of parents. We have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. 3 major issues. First, we have a victim. Second, that victim was killed. Third, the suspect responsible for it. Forensic scientist and detective, we work together. With the public support, we can always find that essential clue. And that essential clue, most of the time is trace evidence.
But the trace evidence in this case was complex and circumstantial. The remains were found on a local Christmas tree farm.
Dr. Lee called me and said that they had found human remains in a farm in Monroe, Connecticut. I was not very far away, so I proceeded to the location.
Dr. Karazoulis took the recovered jawbone, the mandible, into the lab to compare it to Carla's dental records.
There was no question that all the characteristics of the right jaw of my photographs or x-rays matched her dentist.
Carla Almeida had finally been found. The investigation team speculated among themselves that Carla may have been assaulted and shot when she refused to perform a sexual act. Tevik Sivri was once again sentenced to life in prison. Justice had finally come for Carla and her family.